while an agent has been suspended for refusing to comply. Questions are arising about whether National Guardsmen can refuse Trump's city deployments on moral grounds. In Michigan, amid tight security, the Mormon Church is focusing on forgiveness following a recent attack. The White House is adjusting its tariff strategy ahead of Supreme Court consideration. A polar bear tried to get the attention of a fishing ship, and when the crew noticed, they lowered a rescue vessel. Trump has stated he would not tolerate delays from Hamas during hostage negotiations. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the deployment of the National Guard in Portland. Trump claimed he reversed a $187 million cut to New York's security funds. Reports show Trump spent another night of the government shutdown posting nonsense on social media. He is also considering issuing $1,000, $2,000 dividend checks for Americans, funded by $1 trillion in tariff revenue. India is set to receive its first Afghan Taliban minister. AMD and Intel are in talks about a foundry deal that both the struggling chip giant and the U.S. government would support. Jeff Bezos agrees with Sam Altman that there's an AI bubble, but believes the benefits will be huge. A Spanish-language journalist covering a protest near Atlanta was arrested and deported to El Salvador. China is making major moves with its aircraft carriers, prompting comparisons to the U.S. Navy. A passenger was arrested for sexual battery on a Delta flight. Georgian police used water cannons to push back protesters trying to storm the presidential palace. New video reveals that deceased LSU player Kyron Lacey was over 70 yards away during the crash he was blamed for. A federal appeals court ruled the Trump administration can't end birthright citizenship. NATO is building a Walmart for cheap drone killers to counter Russia. Mass layoffs have hit a Texas Fortune 500 firm amid Apple's major investment. A judge set a 14-day deadline for appointing a new prosecutor in Georgia's Trump election case. Bitcoin's price is nearing its all-time high, as Michael Saylor leads celebrations online. A lawmaker has expressed concern about Trump's health. A U.S. judge dismissed a lawsuit accusing a UN agency of aiding a Hamas attack. Leaked texts show Trump officials discussed deploying airborne troops to a U.S. city. California is getting a new mega casino to rival Las Vegas. A new Supreme Court term will challenge justices with Trump's strong presidential power claims. A high school student injured in a crash will not survive. Tim Walz mocked Trump's escalator incident with a sharp remark. Ukraine has attacked Russian industrial facilities in the Urals. Diddy cried during his sentencing hearing. A senior U.S. senator wants to increase pressure on China over Taiwan. Bitcoin has surpassed the market cap of the world's 5 largest banks by $350 billion. A British teenager jailed in Dubai died in a crash. India may cancel several solar tenders rushed to beat import rules. A journalist reports that mysterious drone flights in NATO airspace have alarmed Europe. Newsom sharply criticized Don Jr. and MAGA. Bitcoin has recently surged to new heights, nearing $125,000, pushing its market cap to over $2.46 trillion. Michael Saylor ran a poll asking if Bitcoin will exceed $150,000 by year-end, and 76% agreed. Prediction markets show high probabilities of Bitcoin reaching $125,000 before December. Wall Street forecasts suggest Bitcoin could hit between $133,000 and $200,000 by year-end, with analysts calling Q4 an exciting time. Bitcoin has gained over 105% in a year, surpassing the world's top banks in market value. Investors are increasingly viewing it as a unique asset class. ETFs have made it easier for institutions to invest, and BlackRock's IBIT has grown rapidly. Bitcoin recently hit $120,000, supported by strong ETF inflows, and analysts have lifted year-end targets, while warning of potential downside if the economy weakens. Traders are focusing on key price levels, and the fourth quarter is historically bullish for Bitcoin. It has now surged to a new all-time high above $125,000, aided by interest rate cuts and strong investor demand. Analysts at J.P. Morgan have raised their price target to $165,000, expecting Bitcoin to continue climbing.